Whatever. Hey, folks, welcome to Whatever. I'm Dragon Pat.
I'm Alex Sick. I'm off camera today.
He's off camera because we're going to talk about a game he doesn't play too much, but I've been playing quite a bit of, and that is The Long Dark. The Long Dark is basically a survival game. You're not fighting against bad guys, you're fighting against Mother Nature. And Mother Nature, she's a bear. And what makes this game kind of interesting is, number one, you get to loot places. You walk around, you get, if you can survive, you get to go exploring several maps. And all you got to do is survive. And that sounds easy, but I ain't done it yet. You have wolves that attack you. You have a bear that, he just beats the crap out of you. There's no fighting back versus the bear. You can fight back versus a wolf, but you can't fight back versus the bear. The bear, you don't just walk up to the bear and pop him with a gun. You got to hit him in the right place, or he's going to come hit you. And when he hits you, you regret it. If he hits you twice in a row, you're dead. All right, so that's the wildlife. You also have deers and rabbits, so you may feed yourself. You can feed yourself on a bear, too. You just can't carry that much food because you have a weight limit. Things that can upgrade your weight limit. Number one, how well you eat. Obviously, if you're always malnutritioned, you're not going to be as strong. That's your first bonus. That is more or less the easy one to pay attention to. Make sure you got food. Now, natural food that you can find, there's one plant. You can eat cattails. But as you scavenge through other places, you can find other food, some of which might be kind of old. You got to look at that percentages. Everything is giving you quality percentage. Anything down below 20, you're liable to get sick. You also have water you must provide for yourself. Now, the easiest way to get water, of course, is melt snow. But you see, you not only have to melt it, you got to boil it. Because in this world, your snow is not clean. So, you got to boil your water. Now, depending on the version you're getting, you get to boil that water in a old can that you repurposed, or you actually get a cooking pot. The difference is the can gives you half a liter at a shot. Sometimes when you're real thirsty, you drink basically 60%, 6/10 of a liter, which means your half liter is gone. Now you can also take your little can, and make yourself either a tea or a cup of coffee. The tea helps you sleep better, get a better rest, so you're rejuvenated. The coffee, of course, that helps you make it through the day. Other things you got to pay attention to in this game is, hey, it's cold out there, folks. You crashed in northern Canada. You might freeze to death. And when you start, you have on a pair of pants, a shirt. You might have a jacket. Don't bet on it. And you got a pair of long johns and a pair of, believe it or not, dress shoes. Over the course of the game, you will find other clothing. You need to learn how to fix your clothing. You do this by spending some time. You also need certain implements, certain tools like a hatchet, because you ain't breaking down a cedar limb with your hands. Now, sticks and branches, you can break those down with your hand, and depending on how cold you're getting, you may need to be doing this several times a day just to rewarm yourself up. So, you've got hatchets, you've got axes. Well, sorry, you got a hatchet, you got a knife. You need a knife to be able to cut things up, namely that deer. Although you could do it with a hatchet. You get a rifle if you can find one. Sometimes you'll go through several different areas and not find a rifle. You find a pistol, which is good for scaring things away like wolves, but not so good against the bear. And it doesn't scare the bear off, it just pisses him off. you can find a flare gun. Now, this will scare shit away. But you got to find the ammo. Now, you can make the ammo for a rifle and a pistol. You can't make a flare gun round. At least not that I know of. Now, the other thing you got to watch out for in this game, and the one that killed me last night, is you have the Aurora Borealis. And when the Aurora Borealis shows up at night, it has a tendency to turn on the power. The rest of the time, the power is dead. So there's no flicking on a light switch. There's no heat in a building other than being out from the wind. And you can't run the different machines that you need to run without the power from the Aurora. The payment for this is that a lot of these lines that are broken are live. And last night I walked into an area having finally gotten myself, and I was well equipped, and I stepped on a stupid live wire because I didn't notice it, and it told me, oh shit, you're burning, and I was dead before I could do a thing about it because crap happens. The game itself the concept is so simple, but the execution can be pretty screwed up. It takes a bit. Now, there is a trainer mod out there which will allow you to adjust certain things and basically give you the unlimited carry factor. Kind of nice. You can also do an unlimited items factor. This increases your bullets. But just because you can carry everything into the world doesn't mean you get to live, because you still got to make the right choices. You can still fall off a cliff. You can still die of freezing. You can still get zapped by electricity. And you can still get your butt beat up by a bear. I would say it's a unique game. I've enjoyed this. Now, there is a story mode, and I'll go back to the story mode eventually, right? I was stuck at one point because I got to shoot a stupid bear 6 stupid times to kill him, and I got distracted by doing other things. But you have a survival mode also, which is what I've been using, which is basically a free play. Go out, see how long you'll live. Right now, my record is 97 days. 97 days of game time that I have survived. Now, if you play on the one in Steam that comes off the Steam franchise, number one, it costs about $10. Not that expensive. And it's also got what's called a challenges mode, where your goal is to do, like one of them, you got to shoot off a flare at each of the different lighthouses. Sounds simple, but you got to live to get there. That's several different screens away. And sometimes getting between the different lighthouses, not always easy. Got to watch out for thin ice. Got to watch out for bad animals. Now, so the challenges is kind of interesting. You also get achievement awards. How long you've gone sprinting. If you made it to the top of Timberwolf Mountain, which you really want to do that one, because that's where some really good stuff is. On the top of Timberwolf Mountain, a plane has crashed, and you hacksaw your way into the cargo holds, into these cargo boxes, and man, you could really clean up. But again, just because you know where something is doesn't mean you're going to get to it. I was trying to get back to one area the other day, and there's a big bad bear sitting in my way. And guess what? He didn't like me. He didn't like me multiple times. Not only did he knock the shit out of me, and as I'm recovering, he turned back around and said, no, that wasn't enough. I need to teach you more. And he beat me dead. I didn't even have time to heal myself before the game said, you lose, buckwheat. So the game can be challenging. There is different levels of challenges. Matter of fact, they say if you can even make it one day on the highest level, you get an award for that. That's pretty good. I may have to try that one day.
When you're really good.
As you learn, you start picking up the tricks. You start learning that warmer clothes are heavy. So there's a trade-off. It cuts into the amount of gear you can carry. I found the other day a big backpack that you can carry more goods with. So a lot of things can be done to help you improve. And one of the things you're going to find out real quickly is if you're going to make it out of an animal hide, that hide's got to take time to cure. For example, to cure a bear hide takes roughly 10 days. A moose, 10 days. That's a long time to wait.
I.e., bigger the animal, more time.
And now, granted, I got down, you can find a way and you can make a bow and arrow. Now, no, a bow and arrow is not going to take down a bear, but it'll sure take out some rabbits. And each rabbit is about a day's worth of food. So if you're in an area with a lot of rabbits, you don't want to waste a bullet on them because the odds are you're going to miss anyway. There's two ways to catch rabbits. Number one, bow and arrow. Shoot the little puppy, and they squeal when you hit them. Or you set up snares. Come back the next day. If you're lucky, you hit one of your snares. You need 2 or 3, sometimes 4 snares out there just to be able to make sure you eat. Some days you do great. You got all 4 hit. It's not bad. Usually with 4 snares, you're going to get at least 2 rabbits, so you have at least 2 days worth of food. To make anything out of rabbit furs, by the way, it takes at least 4 rabbits. So there's things that you learn. You learn to craft, and you can actually learn to make bullets. You also learn that the place to make those bullets, there's only 1 or 2 of them in the entire region. So as you explore places that are great to get certain things, you got to go to other places to be able to make certain things. It's complicated in its simplicity. I know that sounds like a redundancy, or actually sounds like I'm contradicting myself, but it's true. It's simple. To make a bullet, to make a rifle cartridge, you need a bullet. You make the bullets out of batteries. Batteries you get out of cars that are dead on the side of the road. Some cars have them, some cars don't. So now you have the bullet, but you also need to have an empty cartridge, which you get from you when you've shot one. Pick up your brass. Like any known assassin, any good assassin knows, always pick up your brass. We call it policing your brass. So you take your brass with you, and you go to a place that has the gun ammo forging facility, and you take that, you take your bullet, you get some of this, you get some of that, you mix it together, you make gunpowder, you mix it in with the things, and you make bullets. And as I said, you can do this for rifles, and you could also do it for your pistols. Now, again, rifles and pistols are not everywhere. So it takes some time. And as you figure the game out and you learn where certain things are and you learn how to shoot the animals, you start getting better and better. But Mother Nature will still trip you up. You will make a mistake, and when you do, the odds are you're going to die from that mistake. And what really makes a survival boat a catch-all and a real great screw with you is there's no saves. It saves where you are until you die. Once you die, you don't get to go back to an earlier round of that. You lost. Next.
It's like Minecraft hardcore mode.
I mean, it's start over, sucker. Better luck next time. Now, of course, there are ways that people tell you that you can copy your save game so that you can go back to it and blah, 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 blah. But that's, And yes, there's the trainer mode that you can cheat. But even with the trainer mode, you can die. So, is it worth $10? Oh, heck yeah. Is it worth your time? I have enjoyed the heck out of this game because it's always making me think. I'm always learning new areas, and when you learn the new areas, you learn, I want to start here so I can go to there, go to get that, and go down to this, and get that. But you real quickly also start looking at, I got to have a hatchet, I got to have a knife, I got to have a rifle. I can deal without a lot of other things, but I need a hatchet, I need a knife, and I need a rifle. And bears, run away. If you don't have a rifle and you don't need that fur, run away. because they're just going to beat you up if you screw up. So, the name of the game is The Long Dark. It is a Canadian manufactured game, and it was actually kind of interesting. I hope you enjoy it. Check it out. If you do check it out and you want to bump into me out there on Steam, let me know. And matter of fact, any of you that are out there on different platforms, let us know what platform you're on. Maybe we can find a game that we all like in common, and we'll get to playing. Let's see what we can come up with. Kind of make some of those nights kind of interesting. Maybe once you guys get us up to 1,000 subscribers, we'll have a Friday night rock and roll time where we go out and we find something to whack. We'll do a live show, probably doing it up on an Odyssey or on BitChute with the link to it in YouTube, because that way we can play our jams while we're going at it too. Either way, I'm Dragon Pat. This is the Whatever Show. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe.